everyone, it's Cirque, and today I have our April Books and Treasures book in a bag box to unbox. It's been a little bit of time since our last one. I had a lot going on in my life, but I'm so excited to be back. If I can get that to stay open. Thank you. So, opening it up, before we even look at our items, we have this beautiful green and pink paper to give us a hint of spring. Very bright and happy. And, ooh, first up, we have another candle from Lloyd's of La Luna. One that I'm sure will smell just as delightful as all the others we've gotten from the company before. This one is called Into the Garden, and as usual, it is a vegan soy candle. Let's pop it open. Oh, wow, that is gorgeous. So, it's a pale, slightly greenish candle, although I'm not sure. It might look white on camera. But in real life, it just has a slight green tint, and it's very sparkly. I believe the sparkles are mostly white and green, but they do have a little bit of color depending on how they catch the light. And there's also some nice dried flowers in it to add a bit of color and to enhance the smell. And we also have this cute little sunflower charm, which once the candle burns away, I will be keeping that and using it in an art project, maybe to make a new bookmark to add to my collection. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a sniff, see if I can figure out what the scent is supposed to be. Alright, I can't place it. It kind of has a baby powdery scent. Oh, okay. The lid does have a description of the notes. So, Into the Garden, the top notes are lily of the valley, green leaves, and pear. The middle is rose, jasmine, and lilac. And the base scent is vanilla and carnation. So, a little off. I don't know why it gave me baby powder vibes, but as can be expected, it's a flowery scent, and it's very nice. It's a very light scent, not very overpowering. It would be perfect to just brighten up the environment without being too attention-grabbing. Just a bit of a background note to make your room a little nicer. So I'm going to cap that up again before we move on to our next item. And that is in this little organza bag. It looks like a keychain. Oh, there's two items in here. All right. So first we have this bookworm keychain. It is shaped like a blue book with a darker blue heart on the spine. And it has these nice little flower or leafy accents on it. And the worm is kind of cursive while the book is more print. But the shape of the letters also kind of give me cross-stitch vibes. I'm not sure if that was intentional, if the font is inspired by cross-stitch or not. But as someone who does cross-stitch, I can pretty clearly in my head think about how I would recreate this if I wanted to. And our second item, I'm not 100% sure what it is. Possibly a bottle opener maybe? I'm not sure. Hopefully we have a note in here somewhere that tells us what all our items are. But if not, I would appreciate any information in the comments about what you think it is. It's kind of a propeller shape with a very wide ring in the middle. And it has some sequins in it. I can't remember what the word is. It escaped me, but that craft where you pour the fluid to a shape and dry it. It's usually used to make dice, I've seen, and small items. It's not acrylic, but that's the word that's coming to my head. But it's made out of that, and it has a nice thick clear layer on either side with the sequins in the middle, giving it a nice sparkle and lots of color. So hopefully we can figure out what that is, but either way, it's very cute, and when all else fails, it's a nice conversation piece. I would probably have fun asking people what they think it is, but let's move on to the star of our show. We have our book in a bag, and our bag this month says always fully booked with the book graphic and the leaves. And on the bottom of the bag, as always, there is Books and Treasures website. You can go there to get your own book subscription, ranging anywhere from just a single mystery book every month to the box that I got, the book in a bag. I will put the price ranges in the description because I forget them off the top of my head, but I think I pay about $25 or $30 a month. And you can also add a second book or a couple extra gifts last I checked. So you can get your own subscription if you'd like, or you can just buy single books or bookish gifts at your leisure. I'm sure they would love the business. But let's open our bag and see what gifts we got in it this month. Oh, okay, I don't see a note, so unless it's in here, our mystery gift will just have to stay a mystery. But our bookmark this month is another metal bookmark. It is blue with some nice chevrons on it. It has this gorgeous green metallic colored tassel. I can definitely see myself using this a lot. Blue is one of my favorite colors, and this is definitely a pattern I would use with almost anything, although I like to try to match my bookmarks to my book lately since I have so many in my collection. So let's add that to our box of bookmarks, and hopefully it'll get the chance to shine soon. And then our card for this month. Ooh, it's this nice kind of tie-dye, kind of colored bubbles pattern. It's gorgeous. I love this type of pattern. I like to make my own cards using this type of pattern when I can, although I don't get to do that often, so just getting to see it printed on the front of a card is something that makes me kind of a little happy. And then inside, it says, April hath put a spirit of youth in everything. William Shakespeare. Get in the reading spirit with a new book. Happy reading from Sarah and Eric at Books and Treasures. So that's very nice. We have a nice Shakespeare quote. I was actually just talking to my sister about a Shakespeare quote the other day, although the one I was talking to her about was from A Midsummer Night's Dream. My sister very much likes the quote, though she be but little, she is fierce. So I was talking about possibly doing a craft for her to use that quote and give her a decoration. So it's interesting to see a different Shakespeare quote being used in my Books and Treasures box. But let's move on to our book. It's a smaller one this month, but I'm sure it's a great one nonetheless. Oh, alright. So we have How It Ends by Laura Weiss. And the description says, all Hannah's wanted since sophomore year is Seth. She's gone out with other guys, even gained a rep for being a flirt, all the while hoping cool guitar-playing Seth will choose her. Then she gets him, but their relationship is hurtful, stormy, and critical. not at all what Hannah thinks a perfect love should be. Bewildered by Seth's treatment of her and in need of understanding, Hannah decides to fulfill her school's community service requirement by spending time with Helen, her terminally ill neighbor, who she's turned to for comfort and wisdom throughout her life. But illness has changed Helen into someone Hannah hardly knows, and her home is not the refuge it once was. Feeling more alone than ever, Hannah gets drawn into an audiobook the older woman is listening to, a fierce, unsettling love story of passion, sacrifice, and devotion. Hannah is fascinated by the idea that such all-encompassing love can truly exist, and without her even realizing it, the story begins to change her. Ooh, that description gives me chills. That is definitely a book that I will be reading as soon as I can. I'm really interested in seeing how it plays out, what Seth is like that interested Hannah, and the way that his personality changes once she gets to know him, and also to see how Helen, her neighbor, changes from who she was in Hannah's past to how illness causes her to act. But that sounds like a very exciting book, and perhaps when I read it, I'll give a bit of a review of it if anyone's interested. And that brings us to the end of our unboxing for the month. Thank you, Books and Treasures, for cultivating this beautiful box as always. And thank you to Lloyd's of La Luna for always giving us something nice to smell and use most months in the box. I hope you continue to contribute to Books and Treasures, because I've given you so much praise over the months that I've been doing this. So I'm sure if anyone from Lloyd's of La Luna is watching, you know how much I love your products. And once again, we still don't know what this is. So if you think you know, feel free to tell me. But it's very cute nonetheless. So that'll be an interesting thing to learn about. But as for you, my viewers, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you find the perfect book to read. And I hope to see you again soon.